Hello and welcome, Angelinos. We thank you for tuning in to yet another brilliant episode of the Galaxy Guy podcast, hosted by Chris Maldonado, a show made by loyal Galaxy fans for loyal Galaxy fans who bleed blue, white and gold. So join us as we talk about the ins and outs, as well as the ups and downs of your favourite team, the one and only, the Los Angeles Galaxy.
Welcome, Galaxy family, to the Galaxy Guy podcast. As always, I'm your host, Chris Maldonado, and today I bring you guys a very special interview. I have the pleasure of interviewing the Galaxy's latest defensive homegrown signing, straight from the Galaxy 2, Mr. Jalen Neal. How's it going, Jalen? Thanks for coming on.
Thank you for having me. I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
I'm doing good, man. Just really itching and looking forward to some LA Galaxy soccer this season. It feels like it's been forever since I've seen the Galaxy play.
Yeah, it's going to be a good season for sure. I got high hopes.
Absolutely, man. Now, first of all, it's in order to say big congratulations on your promotion to the senior team. You got that homegrown contract. Is that right?
Yeah, homegrown, yes.
Now, describe how that felt for you, man, when you found out that you're getting that promotion to the senior team. How did you feel?
It was kind of weird, and I still have to kind of get used to it because just like a year and a half ago, maybe I was committing to UC Irvine, and I thought my route was play 4 years in college and then hopefully go pro. And that's what I think everyone was planning for me to do. And then a year later, I'm getting offered a first team contract from Galaxy, and I've only played a season of professional soccer for the second team. So, I mean, it was a great feeling, obviously, and I'm still getting used to it. But I know there's a lot more to go from here. But I'm just excited for what the future holds.
Absolutely. Now, I did notice that you had a lot of starts with the Galaxy 2 last season.
Yeah.
In 2020. Now, 2020 was just such an off season for all Galaxy fans. It was very hard for Galaxy fans to actually be in the stands for any of the Galaxy 2 games. So what we were able to see was mostly those highlights on the internet. But from what we've seen so far, there's a lot of potential there, man. Now, for those listeners who might not yet be familiar with you for that same reason, because not a lot of fans in the stands last season, let's tell them a little bit about yourself. First of all, how tall are you? How much do you weigh? And what's your main position on the field?
So I play center back, either left or right, but I was playing right center back last year with G2. Sure. And I'm 6'2" and 160 pounds.
6'2", 160 pounds, and you're 17 years old. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm 17.
Now, I happen to remember your birthday. The last time I checked, you're August 24th. I remember that because I'm August 22nd. So okay. You're turning 18 right around the time I'm turning 32. It's easy to remember there. But 6'2" at 17 years old, you've got a long ways to go, man. You're going to grow at least another 2 inches. I can say that from personal experience because at your age, I was 6 feet tall, and now I'm 6'2". So I grew for another 2.5 years after that. So we're looking forward to seeing that, man. But aside from that, I understand that prior to playing with the Galaxy, obviously the Galaxy 2, you were with several other branches of the Galaxy youth system. Can you tell us how that journey began? What was that going up the ladder of the Galaxy youth system?
Yeah, so first off, I started I tried out for it's not a club team anymore. They changed their name. But it was formerly called Galaxy South Bay. It was an affiliate Galaxy. And I tried out for their team, and I made their pre-academy team. And then after that, I made the team. And then halfway through the season, I got scouted by the actual academy, and they asked me to start training with them. So I started training with them more and more, and eventually got asked to join their academy, and I did. And Yeah, I was there for 4.5 seasons, I'm pretty
Wow.
sure. Yeah, and it was a great experience. I learned so much, obviously. And
Is that yearly seasons, or how do the seasons work in the academy exactly?
it would usually go from, I'd say, around August to maybe June. So yeah, we would get like 2 months off, kind of.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was a time period of about, what would you say, a year, 2 years?
Um, the seasons, the individual seasons.
Yeah, your time with the academy. You said you played four
Oh,
four seasons with the academy. That's in a
about
time
4 months.
span of 4 months.
Yeah,
Okay. And then you obviously made it onto the Galaxy too.
yeah, yeah. But I wasn't even expecting to play with the second team that season. That was my U17 season.
Mhm.
So prior to that, I was still playing with the U17s,
Mhm.
and then just got moved up to the second team and uh, went on from there.
And currently, I understand that you're still in training, right? You're still training daily.
Yeah.
Are you training with the senior team? I know technically preseason hasn't really kicked off yet, but are you training with the first team, or are you just doing individual training? Are you training with Galaxy 2 still?
Yeah, I'm training with the first team.
Oh,
Yeah, and
okay.
it very much feels like preseason already, and it's felt like that for the past month, I think. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we've been following the what Instagram posts from other Galaxy players, that several other Galaxy players are in the weight room right now mostly.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It goes every day, pretty much.
Okay. Well, that's good to know. We're looking forward to some strong players this season.
Mhm.
Now, as we all know, Galaxy fans, the defense of the LA Galaxy has been kind of leaky these last couple of seasons. You, as a defender, what are your strengths, your greatest strengths as a defender, and how do you think you can help this LA Galaxy backline succeed?
Well, I'd say I'm not the usual center back everyone sees. The big stocky center back, the physical center back, but um, I really take pride in my distribution out the back, across the line, getting the ball up the field. And I think I'm more of a ball playing center back than more of a physical center back. But I rely on defensively, I rely on my tactical knowledge of the game to put me in the places I need to be and to make the right tackle and try to not make all the sliding tackles that I would have to make if I was out of position. So yeah, just I like to rely on my distribution, my control of the ball, and my tactical knowledge of the game instead of my physical presence.
That's something that I honestly believe the LA Galaxy has been lacking these last couple of seasons. That technical ability, the ability to play out of the back line. So the fact that you're saying that's your play style, I mean, it kind of sounds like you're made for that back line right now as it stands. Um, what do you think about that? Do you think that you can be successful from the get go? What's your outlook for that as far as your position in the first team?
Yeah, as of right now, I still have a lot of progressing to do. I mean, especially physically. I mean, even last year with G2, I noticed teams in the USL had very physical forwards that made me notice I need to work on my physicality and my physique. So
Mhm.
I think in that aspect, I have a lot of work to do. So I mean, I'm gonna help the team out as much as possible in any role they give me.
Well, now that you're going to be a part of that first team scenario, you're going to be playing with a lot of very experienced MLS defenders, guys like Daniel Steres, Pipo Gonzalez. Which player overall in the LA Galaxy are you most excited to play with or learn from?
Out of the defenders or just everyone?
It could be defenders. or anyone else in general, but who do you see yourself being the most excited about playing with in the LA Galaxy?
So far I've been super excited to play with Chicharito. He's he's a great leader, which I don't think many people see, but he he knows how to tell anyone in any position, where they have to be, what they have to do in certain situations. His knowledge of the game is incredible, and he knows everything about it. Stuff that you weren't even thinking about. He would help center backs with defensive duties. He would help midfielders with their duties, wingers, outside backs, goalkeepers, even. Yeah, he's a great player to play with and to play against too, because you learn a lot.
Well, he's a guy that's played all over the world, some of the best leagues and some of the best teams. So I would agree that's definitely a player that sounds like they would be the guy to look up to and learn a lot from.
Mhm.
So I understand that. Now, in that same topic of conversation, I did see that you have a particular post on your Instagram where you're obviously much younger in that picture, but in that picture, you are next to an ex Galaxy player, a defender, very legendary guy for this team, AJ De La Garza. And I know there's a story behind that picture. I heard about it yesterday. But can you tell the listeners, the viewers, the story behind that picture?
Yeah, so pretty much, me and my family were big LA Galaxy fans at the time, and my mom got me to walk out with the players before the game, and I got all the clothes on as all the kids would, and we were walking out right besides the players, and I think they were asking me who they wanted me to walk out with, and my mom being a huge David Beckham fan, one of the biggest ones you probably experience. She wanted me to go with David Beckham so badly, but I told the person I want to go with AJ De La Garza. So
Wow.
yeah, they brought me out with AJ De La Garza, and yeah, it was a great experience. But
Hmm.
even though mom's a huge David Beckham fan, she backed it, and it
Yeah.
was all it was yeah overall great experience.
Wow. That's not an easy decision that a lot of kids would make. It's an easy decision, David Beckham, right? But
Yeah,
you went with the defensive player, which kind of makes sense to me now. And your mom did mention that you have been compared to AJ de la Garza. Is that
yeah,
right?
yeah,
His play style.
yeah. A lot of people have been saying we both rely on our tactical knowledge of the game of the game, and we're
Mm,
both kind of sized in our own ways, so we have our similarities.
yeah. And AJ obviously wasn't the most physical player out there. He's a smaller guy.
Yeah.
So that kind of coincides with what you're telling me your play style is.
Mhm.
What do you believe, Jalen, is as a defender, since we're speaking of defenders, that's your strength. What do you believe the greatest challenge for the LA Galaxy will be this season?
Um, I think just ignoring all the negative talk that's going on about them, about last season. But
Right.
honestly, I think hearing all the guys talking about it in the locker room and at practice and stuff, it just sounds like they're all taking it as motivation,
Mhm.
and everyone looks extremely hungry this season. Like I already said, it already looks like preseason, and it's not even preseason yet. But yeah,
Right.
everybody's just going to prove everyone wrong and have an overachieving season.
That's what we're hoping. As Galaxy fans, that's really what we're hoping, and it's honestly starting to feel that way on our end. Obviously, you're experiencing it firsthand as a player, but on our end as Galaxy fans, this season just feels different.
Yeah.
There's a new coaching staff, um, guys that are original Galaxy players that are coming back. The LA Galaxies they're releasing these retro jerseys, which I'll ask about that in a second. But it does feel like this season's being set up as kind of like a resurgence of the LA Galaxy back to its roots. So that's what we're really hoping for, man. We're hoping that everything just comes together this season and we have a successful run. But with that said, getting back to the jersey, what do you feel about the jersey, man? Are you excited to wear it?
Personally, I love it. I love the the change we're getting. It would usually be the original white home jersey and then the blue away jersey and then that's it. But I
Right.
love that we're kind of bringing back a old school jersey that kind of represents our culture at Galaxy. And I love the colorway too. I love the design. I've seen it only once in person, and yeah, it looked great.
Definitely, man. And the campaign the Galaxy ran for that community, they're calling it the community kit. The
Uh,
campaign they ran for it really did make it feel like it is a part of the community. That Galaxy identity just intertwined with the Los Angeles community. It had a very good feel to it. And now I know that you're a hometown kid. You're originally from Lakewood, Long Beach, that area, right? So
yeah,
I know you can relate to that. Maybe some of the listeners out there aren't too familiar with the fact that you are a local, but as Galaxy fans, we tend to get really excited when there's young talent that comes locally.
mm,
So there's definitely going to be a lot of eyes on you, man, when the season kicks off, and there's going to be a lot of people rooting for you
yeah,
because you're a local talent. And with that, maybe a lot of listeners out there don't know this, but you did win Humanitarian of the Year last year. Is that right for the LA Galaxy?
yeah. I won it for the second team.
For the second team, for the Galaxy too. There's a lot of community outreach that you do. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, so it started around Christmas last year. Me and my mom, she knows this guy's name. He goes by Duke Givens. He's the founder of Care Closet LBC. It's a great organization that helps out the homeless all around Long Beach. And we started by giving out stockings full of all the essentials people experiencing homelessness would need. And since then, they've just been doing drives, and me and my mom have been participating in them. Collecting um, essentials they would need and handing them out all throughout LBCC or LBC.
This is for the homeless of Long Beach City.
Yeah, everyone experienced in Long Beach.
And you said the name of this nonprofit organization is Care Closet out of Long Beach.
Yeah, Care Closet, Long Beach. Yeah,
That's very important, especially nowadays. It seems like there's more and more homeless people on the streets. It's very important that, I mean, anyone in general really contribute more to the needs of the less fortunate. But as a Galaxy player, as a homegrown player, local local player, it speaks volumes, and it really adds to the platform that you have. And I believe that that's going to really resonate with Galaxy fans when it gets out there. Now that you're with the senior team, I feel like that's a good thing, not only for you but for the team and for the fans, if we
yeah,
somehow get involved with that. So we'll get that out there. We'll get the word out for Care Closet Long Beach. Um, and,
definitely.
and you said his name is
Duke Givens.
Duke Givens. Okay,
Yeah,
so we'll definitely keep an eye out for that. But we're really excited for the upcoming season, and I can only imagine how excited you are for this upcoming season. What would you say is your personal goal, you, Jalen Neal, your personal goal for the 2021 season?
um, obviously to hopefully make my debut this season, but honestly, just to help out the team as much as possible in any role they put me in. Whether it's getting minutes on the field and giving my all, or whether it's helping the people who are getting playing time in practice.
Mhm.
Pushing them, replicating the game. Preparing them for the opponents they're going to match up against. Just helping the team as much as I can.
It's good, and I can foresee that happening definitely this season. I mean, it's not a big mystery. The LA Galaxy needs defensive help. The LA Galaxy is in desperate need of some defensive help. I think that having young talent come in and get some minutes in the back line can definitely help, especially if you're learning from experienced defenders like Daniel Steres and Pipo Gonzalez.
Yeah.
So I can see that happening, especially with it feels like it's going to be a condensed schedule, kind of like it was last season,
Mhm.
and with a lot of call ups for Olympic qualifying and World Cup qualifying. So definitely would be excited to see you get some minutes this season, man. And I know that as a local hometown player, and I know that I speak not only for Galaxy fans, but really all Southern Californians when I say that we're very proud of you and we're going to be cheering your success as a Angelino, as family that you are, because we're all family really. And we'll be rooting for your success on the field, off the field with your community outreach, and that's really all. That's all really we can hope for, man. We can
Yeah.
just cheer you on and hope that you guys are successful. Hope that you're successful. And I don't know, man. Do you have anything else you want to bring forth?
Not really. I mean, I really appreciate the opportunity. Getting to put myself out there and introduce myself to fans, all other Galaxy fans. And I'm glad to hear that everyone's excited for the season, and it kind of feels different than last season.
Absolutely, absolutely, Jalen. So, with that said, I know you have a lot of rest to do. You have training early in the morning tomorrow, so I'll let you go get some rest, man. Again, I really do appreciate the time. I appreciate the fact that you came on the show, you answered some questions, and I'll hopefully be hearing back from you soon.
Mhm.
Sometime during mid-season, I'll reach out to you again, and we'll have you on the show again.
Sounds good.
But for now, have yourself a good evening, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate you having me. Yeah, I'm looking forward to coming back on the show, most definitely.
Absolutely, man. So for all you Galaxy fans out there, give Jalen Neal a follow. Keep an eye out for him. We can wish him the best of luck. We can keep an eye on him, and we'll be wishing for your success, man. Have yourself a good evening. Thank you. Galaxy Guy Podcast.